Why, hello everyone, and welcome to my complete entire coloring book collection video. This will be an updated version of a video that I did quite a few years ago. I wanted to share with you guys all of my completed pages in all of my coloring books in my entire collection. So let's get started with my absolute favorite coloring book. This is one of my first coloring books that I had, that I got, that I received, that I purchased, that was pretty much like great quality or something that I enjoyed coloring in. Besides my Johanna Basford books, I really discovered that I loved coloring interior design and people and so forth. So when I got this book, this is Chiaki Ida. That's the illustrator and author of this coloring book, and the title is My Colorful Town, a coloring tour. Now, this coloring book is also produced in, I think, Japanese. There's a Japanese version. So Chiaki Ida has, I think, one more coloring book called Dream Rooms, and I'll be showing you that next. But let's jump right on into this coloring book. So I'm going to just tell you first off about the paper quality. The paper quality in this book is very, very nice. Nice, thick paper. It takes pencil very well. I wouldn't use watercolor in it because I've used watercolor in a couple of the pages and it has bled through. Of course, you wouldn't use markers in it because it's double-sided, but there is some ghosting in this from me using watercolor pencils. So this is a whip that I have a couple of videos on that I just cannot get finished for some reason. And you see all of the ghosting. So I would recommend to only use colored pencils in books like these. Now, this is one of my favorite pictures that I did a few years ago. This was like my first picture that I ever did that I was super proud of. And I did this mostly with the Spira Farben colored pencils. But this picture just made me just the happiest person in the world. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm coloring now. And as you can see, there is some ghosting on the opposite side because of the medium that I chose to use. And on this page, I was just testing out different types of pencils. I tested out my Deli pencils 3 years ago when I first got them. I tested out my Arteza pencils when I first got those, the 72 set. That was way before the big Arteza or Arteza conspiracy theory. But yes, I really like this page too. I used some acrylic paint to try to get like a stone or stucco look on the walls. And let's see, this page I recently did. If you saw my live stream, you saw how I did this page in completely only Crayola products. And I'm so proud of this page too, because like, why didn't you guys or girls and people and friends and family, why didn't you tell me that Crayola was just on point? This is a whip that I am currently using this Starjoy pencils with, and washi tape and nail art stickers. Yes, I'm using nail art stickers in my coloring book. So you best believe the Dollar Diva is just all over the place. I mean, all over. And there's another completed page in here. This one I really like. And there are some glossy accents on there. I really like that one. Comment below what your favorite page is in this video or in each of these books. Or if you would like to see me color in a specific book, let me know. This was a Tiny 10 challenge that I created years ago to only use a set of like 12 pencils. And that's before I got the whole set of the Faber-Castell Polychromos. I use only those 12 pencils on that set because, you know, it's so difficult for me to use small sets of pencils. So I had so many of them. I was like, I need to figure out how to use these. This is another one that I'm really proud of, that I really, really, really love. I love most of my pictures. There's very few that I'm just not over the moon with, but there's a few that you're going to see that you're going to be like, oh my goodness, you need some help with that. But I really like this one. I use Stickles Liquid Pearl and some pearlescent paints and all kinds of stuff I used on this picture. So that's all of the pictures in My Colorful Town. I really like the paper in this book, and it's small and compact. It's smaller than your average books, so you can really, really, really finish a page quicker than normal. So I like that about that. Next is My Dream Rooms, or Dream Rooms by Chiaki Ida, the same illustrator that does My Colorful Town. But this is the Korean version. Let me make sure. Yes, this is the Korean version, and this is the Japanese version. So I have colored one picture in here, and that's this one. And the paper in the Japanese version is kind of cream colored, and it's really thick and nice. And I use watercolor. I don't know why I keep using watercolor in these books when I know better. And it did some ghosting to the next page, but I'm okay with that. And it did a little bit of warping to the page too, but I'm okay with that too. And the pastels kind of bled over. I'm fine with that because I can always color darker things on this page and kind of make that disappear. But I think I'm going to stick with just colored pencil and pastels in these type of books from now on, because it's unnecessary for me to be just, you know, messing up the other page unnecessarily. But I absolutely love these books. I love I love Chiaki Ida's style of line art. It's just so beautiful, and I love interior design and coloring people and decor. And oh my goodness, okay, I started on this. Didn't realize I was testing out pencils, I believe. No, I did this with Prisma pencils, so I must have just been trying to just play with it. But I prefer the Japanese version over the Korean version because the Korean version has white paper. The paper is a lot lighter. It's like the same thickness, but it's smooth, very, very smooth on one side. And then on the other side, it's a little bit textured. So it's like it's not consistent. The paper is not consistent, so you'll kind of get confused if like your colored pencils work on this side of the page and then they don't work very well on this side of the page, because this side is textured and this side is super, super smooth, and then this side is super, super smooth and this side is textured, has a textured feel. So the Japanese version, which I believe is the original version, and you see how filthy my copies are. That's because I've had them forever and I need to color in them more often. But I believe the Japanese version is the original version, and the Korean version is like a reprint. Of course, like, you know, different books are. The artists will produce them in one country of their origin, and then they would kind of reproduce them with different publishers in other countries. But that's how these were. But I love them both. I mean, I'm so super excited to have them both because I love Chiaki's work. She's just amazing. So keeping along in lines of the square books, I'm going to show you all my square books. Now, you know that this is one of my absolute favorite books. The pages are coming out. I have 4 copies of this book. I love it that much. But this is Color at Home, a Young House Love coloring book by Sherry and John Petersick, and the illustrations are by Joan Borowski. And I absolutely love this book. Love it, love it, love it, because I absolutely love coloring interior design. You know, I am super into home decor and fashion and decorating and things like that. And I figured I'd show you my complete collection of coloring books because I'm about to start reorganizing my books. And I figured what was the best time to share my coloring book collection with you than right now when I'm pulling all of my books off my shelf and getting ready to rearrange them. I love organization and organizing different things. So that's what I was about to do. So I said, okay, I'm going to just share with my Dollar Diva fam all of the goods. So you can get an idea also of the kind of coloring books I have, and so that you can make a request. If you want to see me color in something, you can always know what I have. Now, this book has a color wheel, and it actually teaches you how to create color combos and how to use them and how to put colors cut together and even how to decorate your own house. And the paper quality in here is very good. I really like the paper in here. It's pretty smooth, not textured at all. So I mainly use my Prismacolor pencils in this book. That's about it. Because, you know, Prismacolors love, 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 love smooth paper. Your more textured paper is best for your harder lead pencils, like your Faber-Castell Polychromos or any other harder lead pencil. But I absolutely adore this dining room scene. It's just, this is one of my favorite pictures that I colored. It's just, oh my goodness, it looks like something that I just want to go and just live in, like right now. I colored this one a long time ago with my Prismacolor pencils. And if you see any techniques or anything in these pictures that you would like to learn how to do, just leave me a comment below. Taking out my page protectors because I have a couple of whips in here. Just leave me a comment below and let me know. Here I have this kitchen scene that I absolutely adore. I adore it. I adore it. I put some paints on this one, acrylic paint and some liquid pearls on the light bulbs, and it's just, this is one of my favorites also. And oh, you know, you've seen this one so many times. You know this is one of my favorites. Just love, 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 love. I used washi tape on the lamp. I drew in the symbols and logos on the computer because I was like, okay, it needs a little bit something, something extra. I drew in some people and things on the, what do you call that, in the photo frame. But that's one of my favorites too. I absolutely adore that picture. And this is one that I actually did on camera with the deli pencils when I first received them. I really like this one too. I showed you on a previous video how to use pastel pencils and pastels, soft pastels, to do like large background areas. And I love this picture. This is a very, very nice one. And this is a current whip, so you get a little sneak peek of that one. Give me some ideas of what you think the color combinations should be for this bathroom. I plan on doing orange and creams and gold for this bathroom. Do you think that'll be cutesy? That's my plan. So we will see how that goes. And this is a uh-oh page that I started that I didn't know what I was doing. So that was one of the pages that I completed, like the first page that I completed. Well, I didn't complete it at all. I started on it and I was like, oop, abandonment. But I completed this one and I really, really, really liked this one. I have some washi tape on the rug because I wasn't crazy about the design on the rug. I was like, no, we're not having that. Washi tape on the photo frames and in the photos. And I like this picture also. Happy hour. Yes. So I think that's it. That's it in color at home. Love it. Not color at home. Yes, it is color at home. I always get come home to color and color at home confused. Next is the Whirl of Debbie McComber Come Home to Color, an adult coloring book. And again, I like this coloring book, but I don't like it as much as I like Come Home to Color. So the paper quality in here, this one is about the same as your average square coloring book paper quality can be. This I did with watercolor. Of course, yep, there's a little bit of ghosting. I guess in all of these books, if you use watercolor, you're going to get that ghosting onto the next page. So I'm not fond of this book because of pages like this. Like, who wants to color a page full of yarn? I may try to figure out how to do something else with this page. Maybe cover, I don't know, maybe paint it, or I don't know what to do with this page. But I'm not coloring a page full of yarn, a page full of balls of yarn. No. That is just too much. And like that chair, it's a little bit busy. So I don't know. I may paint it. I don't know what I might do. But, you know, I'm always figuring up something. This is the first time I used my Koh-i-Noor Tritone pencils, and I fell in love with them. They were just amazing. I mean, you know, that's my happy place. The Tritone, Koh-i-Noor Tritone pencils. And that was my first time playing with my Polychromos, my little 12 set that I got before I was gifted the 120 set. I used those, and I was pretty happy with this picture. Very happy, very happy, very happy. I need to color in this book more often. Now this is one picture that I am so proud of. I did a couple of tutorials so long ago on how I do the wood and how I did the stainless steel. So you can go back and look at those videos. A lot of people were asking, how did I get the pots and pans to look like that? I have done a few videos on how to color dishes and so forth. So I really, really enjoyed coloring this picture. This is one of my favorites also. And I know I have another one in here. Yes, I do. This was a fun one. Use some pastel pencils for the floor and everything. This was really fun. And I really like that sky. I didn't realize that came out that good. But I used pastel pencils for the sky. And I use whiteout pen for all these little white bits here under the boat. It's amazing how you can remember things that you color with in a coloring book years past. So that's Come Home to Color by Debbie McComber. Next we have The Look, an all around the world fashion coloring book by Swirl. And I know I only colored 2 pages in this book. That's the nameplate page. And she has her fishnet stockings on that I made. Yes, fishnet white pantyhose. No, that's not how the song goes. And I've completed this one. I did the background with soft pastels, and I used my cloud stencil to create this. I actually finished this entire picture on a color and chat, I think. So you can go back and actually look at that one. And apparently I didn't spray this one because all the chalk pastels kind of transferred over here. Good, this is a single-sided page. And I started on her and just ruined her poor little skin. But I started on her and never finished. But the paper quality in this book is a little bit thinner, I believe, than the other previous books, like the Come Home to Color and the Chiaki Ida books and the Color at Home. It feels a little bit thinner, but it's definitely smooth paper. But I love this book too. I actually have extra copies of this one also because I love fashion. Fashion is just, that's it, guys. That is it for me. And let me know if you would like these videos to be longer, shorter, because I don't want to make like an hour-long video and you're like, okay, I don't want to see you flip through coloring books for a whole hour. Do you want me to make like shorter segments, like 20, 30-minute videos and have like 20 parts? Or do you want just like a long video, hour long, showing you as many coloring books as I absolutely can in like an hour, hour and a half? I don't know. I don't know. Let me know. But this is Minuet de Bonheirody. Rhapsody, not Rhapsody in the Forest. This is not Rhapsody in the Forest. This is something. Minuet de Bonheirody. I know what this is. Oh my goodness. I've completely forgotten. Not Rhapsody in the Forest. Oh, great. Anywho, the name is going to come to me. But anyway, it's by Kinoku Angustia? Kinoku? I don't know. I know. Well, Minuet de Bonheirody. I guess that is the name, huh? Yeah. But this is the only page that I completed. Didn't even do a background. I was trying out, I think, polychromos pencils. I'm still learning how to use my polychromos pencils. I'm trying to figure them out, guys. But you know that this book has very nice paper, and you know the paper quality. Now, this paper is a little bit more textured, just a little bit. So it will be perfect for harder lead pencils or softer lead pencils, either or. And, you know, I had to get Fragile Whirl by Kirby Rosanes. This is my first Kirby book, and I don't even have to turn inside of this because you have seen 18,000 flip throughs of it, and I don't have any completed pages in it because I just received it. So we will be checking that out later. This is The Land of Dreams by Kim Soon Huyan, illustrated by Song Joon Jin. And I don't think I have any completed pages in this one. I don't. I really, really need to work in this book. Oh my goodness, the paper is super nice and thick. But it's so cute and fantasy-like. And they have little, like, sayings on the other side. Imagine the joy of coming and going however you choose. Oh, I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love. Why haven't I been coloring in this book? You should have told me that this book was so cute. Don't you just hate it when you have all of these amazing books in your stash and you are like, where have this been all of my coloring journey? Why haven't I been coloring in this? But this is an amazing book, The Land of Dreams. That's why I need to rearrange my books, because I need to get in them. But this one is the Color the Classics, Anne of Green Gables, a coloring book to visit Avonlea. And the only reason I know how to say Avonlea is because I watched this on Netflix, and that was the absolute best series that I've ever seen. And I was so hurt when they did not come out with a season 3 because of the issues with Netflix and I think it was either the Canadian TV network, but we're supposed to be flipping and talking about coloring books and not about TV. This has amazing paper also. Oh, wow. It's kind of in between smooth and textured, but it's super thick and nice. Not watercolor paper, but it has a lot of wallpaper pages with the story on it. But it also has this type of line art that's kind of sketchy. But I can't wait to get into this and start coloring some things. Let me know if you have any of these books. Do you have this one? I like to know when you have like a lot of the same books so that I can know what to put on my channel and what to feature the most. I know so many people have the Johanna Basford books. These are life. This is what you have to have when you start coloring all day, every day, right? This is The Secret Garden. I think this was my first Johanna Basford coloring book. But this is a whip that we are working on in the YouTube exclusive members group. We are doing this in completely only the Shuttle Art Premium 174 colored pencils, and we have all the color combinations set and everything. I will be sharing that with you soon also. But we're coloring this, and it's going pretty well. I know you might be looking at this little area like, what happened there? Well, I was showing one of the members how to use pastels to kind of cover an area, and then you come back in with your colored pencil work. But this is not complete yet. We're still working on it. And this was one of my first colored pages before I knew how to do backgrounds, before I knew how to color and blend. This was like, ooh, it's looking okay now, but that was rough. I was proud of it at the moment, at the time. But now I look back at it like, interesting. This is another one that was on my channel that I used my cloud stencil for. I actually did half of this in the Hero Guanghui oil-based pencils and the other half with the Prismacolor pencils. And I asked you in that video, could you tell the difference between the colorings? So you can check out that old video if you don't mind weird audio and listening to me learn how to do YouTube videos. But I don't need to show you any more in this book because you have seen The Secret Garden. Oops, sorry. And I'm not editing that out because you told me that I didn't need to edit. You've seen that book 100,000 million times. This is World of Flowers. Everyone has this one. And the only thing I completed in this one, no, this is not the only thing. I have a so-called whip. I did the nameplate page in a coloring chat. And where's my beetle bugs? Come on here, beetle bugs. Where are you? There we are. There you are. I found you. And I did this one in a coloring chat with using the Shuttle Art 174 colored pencils. Next, by Johanna Basford, I have Magical Jungle, which I have a Forever Whip. I did this in like 2-3 years ago. This is one of the first pictures I learned how to do backgrounds with, and I didn't really learn because the background looks horrible, and I was learning blending and shading and all that good stuff. This is one of my early pieces. I was proud of it. Oh, and that was my first time using the tritone colored pencils. I enjoyed them. That's when I first got hooked on the tritones. Oh, and I did this one in a coloring chat a million years ago. I'm learning the backgrounds. Look at that. I'm learning. And where is my gray tiger? Here he is. Yes, monochrome tiger. Look at the background. I'm getting better, aren't I? And did I do any more in this one? I don't think so. I don't think so. I need to color in my books so much more often than I do. That's why I think I'm going to take I've already took the first step of asking you all how I should I stop editing so much? Because editing, it takes so much time when I do a lot of editing instead of just releasing a video with all of the rawness, as you say. Let me tell you what this is before I continue talking. This is Lost Ocean by Johanna Basford. So this is a picture that I completed. I think this is the only one that I have in here. But yes, it is. But I really want to get into my books so much more than I have in the past. I want to start coloring more and just enjoying this hobby. This is The Secret Garden, the artist edition. Now, you don't even want me to tell you about the paper quality in here. This is single-sided, super duper cardstock. This is, I think, 20 of her images from The Secret Garden. And, I started on that one. And take that out. I started on this one, but never completed it. I need to get on the ball. And I think I completed this one, but I didn't do a background. I need to do a background on this. Or should I? I don't know. We'll see. But this, you can take the pages out and frame them or do whatever it is that you like to do. And just a little heads up, when I get to 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway with one of these books. I have a new copy that is going for $22.50, and I'm going to be giving away a copy of the Secret Garden Artist Edition. I'm going to be giving away a set of Polychromos pencils, the 12 set, and some other goodies. I mean, it's going to be huge. So subscribe and help me to hit that 5,000 mark so that we can do that giveaway, everyone. And I think this video has gone on long enough. I know we have only did a few pages. Well, you know what? We're only at 30 minutes. Let's do 3 more books. Only 3 more books. And that's these 3 babies. These are my babies. I absolutely love these books. These are just my... Okay, calm down, Nisi. Calm down. Okay, first, let's look at this one. I got first. This is the first one I received as a gift, and the person who gave this to me, gifted this to me, this was the first nice coloring book I ever received. I mean, I absolutely love April's work, Forest Girls. So this is the edition 1, and this is how the images look. And it has like a little perforation line, but they're not perforated. You would have to actually cut them out, but you probably won't have to cut them because this one actually fell out. This one fell out of the book, and this is the one I colored. So I show you on a video tutorial how to color these bricks and how to color the wood on the shelves, but I'm in love with this picture. I realized that light line art was just it. The lines disappear when you color with light line art. At first, I was so scared and intimidated to color these pictures with this light line art. I was just completely positive that I was going to totally ruin it. But the light line art actually made the pictures look so much better. So if you're contemplating getting these books and you're scared because of the light line art, don't be scared. Don't be afraid. Go for it. Go for it. Now this one, I don't know if this is volume 2 or 3. I don't think this is 3. This is Forest Girl by April, and this is Moments Wholly for Yourself. And this is the Forest Girl also. I think this is volume 3, and the artist premium edition, not artist edition, but premium edition is volume 2, because that one, this one says 2018, and this one is, I don't know, but I think this is number 2, and that's 3. So the number 2 one is the premium edition of Forest Girl, volume 2. And it's got a hardcover back, and I made me a little bookmark on one of the pages that I'm planning to color and use as a bookmark. But the paper quality in this one is a lot more textured than volume 1, and of course the paper is so much thicker. It's like super thick cardstock. So, I was going to say, because this one tells you what years her art comes from. Like this picture here comes from 2017. And this picture here comes from 2018. But the paper in this one, I don't even think this one even comes in like a regular edition. I'm not sure if it comes in a regular edition, but it tells you the different parts of when things are happening. This is Tea Time in the Clouds. I'm absolutely in love with April's work. I don't want to color in it because the book itself is absolutely just beautiful, but I can't photocopy the images because the line art is so light, and I just don't know what to do. But I wish I had a second copy, but these books are pretty expensive. So if I had a second copy, I probably wouldn't be as scared, not scared necessarily, but apprehensive to color in it. But I have to color in it, a second copy or not. I may save up to just get a second copy because the books are so beautiful. I don't know why I do that with my books. I don't want to color in them. Are you like that? I like photocopy a lot of my even less expensive books because I know why I do it. Because I had a horrible experience with coloring and the paper quality in one of the Jade Summer books and the what's her name? Tatiana Boglaskinova. You know I'm saying that wrong. But the Nice Little Town books. When I first started coloring, I used my Prismacolors in those two books, and they had their printing done on Amazon Create Space paper. And you know Prismacolors hate Amazon Create Space paper. And oh my goodness, it was the worst experience in coloring. It was just horrible. And you will see what I'm talking about when I show you those books. But from then on, I was like, I'm photocopying all of my books and papers, you know, all of my books mostly. And I know that's more expensive than coloring in your books, but I want to be able to enjoy my coloring experience and not have that experience that I had when I colored in the old guys. It was so horrible, people. Oh no, it was just like, oh no, I cannot deal with this. But anywho, this paper is a lot smoother. And it has very nice paper quality. Of course, for almost a $30 book, you better have pretty decent paper quality, right? And look at that. Oh, I am just going to have a ball on coloring this. And they have both English and Japanese, so you can learn how to draw and use the different things. This is a practice page, and it gives you part 1, part 2, part 3, like the other books. This is A Season Shared in the Forest. So the light line art, friends, fam, do not be afraid of it. Do not be afraid of it. It is amazing to color on. The lines disappear, and it's like your pencil just melts onto the page, and your whole picture looks like realism. You know what I mean? So, yes, these books are worth every bit of pennies that I saved up to get them. I had to save my pennies up for quite a few months and days and weeks, and you know, but when I finally did get them, I was like, worth every dime, worth every dime. But yes, okay, so that is going to be the end of this video. I only shared with you like a teeny tiny stack of the books. I don't know how in the world we are going to get through this. If you don't mind. Oh, there we go again. I hit the desk. Why do I keep hitting my desk? Excuse me. Yes. Okay. Calm it on down. I had 2 cups of coffee, by the way. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed the way that I did this coloring book collection video, please let me know in the comments below. If this is the way that you don't mind me conducting these videos, I will do them like this from now on. It may take us quite a few parts, but I'm enjoying delivering the information and just hanging out with you and showing you all of the finished pages and everything. So if you enjoyed this, then please comment and let me know that this is okay with you, because I want you to be happy, because I'm happy. And when I'm happy, you're happy. And when you're happy, I'm happy. And we're all happy, right? Please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already done so. It really lets me and YouTube know that I should continue making content and that you are enjoying the content that I'm putting out. So please, please hit that subscribe button. And also, don't forget to ring the bell so that you can get notifications of the next video. So my wonderful people, thank you so much for joining me today, and you have a wonderful rest of the day and happy coloring. Bye.